In the deep woods, there lived a scrawny old woman who had a reputation for being the best conjuring woman in the Ozarks. Her bedraggled black and gray hair, funny eyes, one yellow. Old Betty's house was full of herds and roots, bottles filled with conjuring medicine. The walls were lined with strange books brimming with magical spells. Old Betty was the only living in the hollow who knew how to read. Her granny was also a conjurer, had taught her the skills as part of her magical training. Just about the only friend old Benny had was a tough, mean, old razor-black dog that ran wild around her place. It rooted so much in her kitchen garbage it left over skills and started affecting it. Some folks swore up and down that the old razorback. Well, folks in town got so used to seeing Rawhead and No Billy around the town and looked mighty strange one day at the wrong hog driving time. "Where's Rawhead?" the owner asked as he accepted her basket full of real home-ready potions. Remedy potions. The liquid in the bottle swished when they examined the matter when Old Betty said, "I ain't seen him around today. I'm mighty worried. You seen him in the town?" "Nobody's been out since today." "They would tell me if they did," the man said. "Will you take a look out for you?" "Well, that's mighty kind of you. If you see him, tell him they came home straight away," Old Betty said. "The old missing men owner not in agreement and we hand over the weekly payment." Old Betty brushed herself all the way home. It wasn't like I had to disappear, especially not in the day when they went to town. First, oh wait,
I gotta get some logs.
Encouraging, where'd that old hog go? He asked the liquid. It clouded over and seen a few picture form. First, Old Betty saw a good-for-nothing hunter that lived in the next ridge, sneaking around the forest, rounding up razorback dogs that didn't belong to him. One of the hogs was Roundhead. He saw him taking the hogs back to Hogstay's Hollow, where folks the next town would slaughter their razorbacks. When she saw her hog, Roundhead slaughtered with the rest of the pigs and hung for gutting. The final picture in the liquid was a pile of bloody bones that were once her hog. Old Betty was infuriated by the death of her only friend. It was murder to her, plain and simple. Everybody in 3 countries knew that Rawhead was her friend, and the lazy, hog-stealing, good-for-nothing hunter. What are you doing? Hunter on the ridge was gonna pay for slaughtering him. Now, Old Betty tried to practice white conjuring most of the time, but she also knew the dark secrets too. She pulled out an old secret book from her granny gave her and turned to the very last page. She lit several candles and put them around the plate, containing the liquid picture of Rawhead and his bloody bones. She began to chant, "Rawhead and his bloody bones, Rawhead and his bloody bones, Rawhead and his bloody bones." The light from the windows disappeared as if the sun had been snuffed out like a candle. Dark clouds billowed into the clearing where Old Betty's cabin stood. The howl of dark spirits could be heard in the wind plummeting the tree. Rawhead and his bloody bones, Rawhead and his bloody bones, Rawhead and his bloody. Betty continued the chant until a bolt of silver lightning left the plate and streaked through the window. She headed in the direction of Scout Hollow, with a silver-struck head, Rawhead, silver head, which was piled on the hunter's wagon. The other hog heads that tumbled to the ground and rolled until it touched the bloody bones that had once inhibited its body. The hunter's wagons ran away towards where he lived. The enchanted Rawhead called out, "Bloody bones, get up and dance!" Immediately, the bloody bones reassembled themselves in the skeleton razor-black hog, walking upright. As Rawhead did once before, now he was alone with Old Betty. The head hopped on top of its skeleton, and Rawhead went searching into the woods for weapons to use against the hunter. He burrowed the sharp teeth of a dying panther, the claws of a long dead bear, and the tail from a rotting raccoon, and put them over his skinned head and bloody bones. Rawhead headed up the track towards a ridge, looking for the hunter who had slaughtered him. Rawhead passed. Oh my! Ugh. Rawhead It was dusk when the hunter drove into the barn and hitched his horse. The horse snorted in fear, signaling the presence of Rawhead in the loft. Wondering what had disturbed his leisurely calm horse, the hunter looked around and saw a large pair of eyes staring down from the lockness of the loft. The hunter frowned, thinking it was one of the local kids fooling around in his barn. "Land o' Goshen, what you got those great eyes for?" he snapped, thinking the kids who were trying to scare him with some crazy mask. "To see your grave," Rawhead rumbled very softly. The hunter snorted illitantly and put his horse into the stall. "Very funny, ha ha," the hunter said. But when he came out of the stall, he saw Rawhead had crept out a bit further. Now his luminous yellow eyes and his bear claws you have clearly seen. "Land o' Goshen, what you big got those big claws for?" he snapped.
Oh my
"You
god,
look
it's gone."
ridiculous." "To dig your grave," Rawhead intoned softly. His voice rumbled deep and raised the hairs on the back of the hunter's neck. He stared uneasily, not sure how the crazy kid in his loft could make such a scary sound, even if it really was a crazy kid. Feeling a little spooked, he hurried to the door and let himself out of the barn. Rawhead slipped out of the loft and climbed down the side of the barn behind them. With a nary rustle to reel his parents, Rawhead came level with the rock on the side of his path. He gave a startled yelp, staring at Rawhead. He gasped, "You nearly locked the heart out of me, crazy kid." "Land o' Goshen, what have you got the crazy tail for?" "To sweep your grave, heart," Rawhead boomed, his enchanted voice sweeping through the woods, getting louder and louder with each echo. The hunter took his heels and ran for his cabin. He raced past the old well horse and past the woodpile, over the rotting fence and into his yard, but Rawhead was faster. When the hunter reached his porch, Rawhead looked up from the shadows and loomed above him. The hunters looked up in terror at Rawhead's gleaming yellow eyes and the ugly ridgeback hotshot. His ugly bone skeleton with his long red claws sweeping raccoon's tail and gleaming sharp teeth. "Land o' Goshen, what you got those bigger teeth for?" He gasped desperately, stumbling backwards from the terrible figure before him. "To eat you like you wanted to eat me," Rawhead roared, descending upon the good-for-nothing hunter. The murdering teeth gave one long scream in the moonlight. There was silence and the sound of crunching. No more was ever seen or heard of the lazy hunter who lived on the ridge. His horse also disappeared that night, but sometimes folks would see Rawhead roaming through the forest in the company of his own friend, Old Betty. Once a month, on the night of the full moon, Rawhead would ride on the hunter's horse to his down, bringing the old man's blue overalls over his bloody horse bones and a hole cut out for his raccoon tail. His bloody, bare-clawed hands carried his long, razor-black hawset, lifting it high against the full moon for everybody to see. Another one. He got another. No, no, no! Don't kill him! I'm trying to kill him with his rose. Give him the rose. Yeah! No. Okay, I've got two best friends over here. I want to give him my armor. Here you go. This.
I feel like killing you now. I'm gonna try and make this better. A way to make it sensible, you know, like.
Oh no!
I don't hear it.
It's just not
Actually, who am I kidding? I want them to see this ugly shit. I don't want to cover it up.
No, we need the kindling.
What? It looks like a giant tree and a turd. Oh, let's get some if only there were mossy planks. 1 second. I got some stuff in my chest. I got some finesse in my chest that we could add. No finesse, I mean ugly stuff.
I think this needs a bit more caring touch.
If only I had taken a picture of mine.
Looks like a giant moldy turd from up here.
I know, it's an ant turd. 1 second. Oh my lord. Oh yes, 1 second, 1 second. 1 second. Gotta do